Easter evening, 2017. Asylum made so many horrifying loud noises. I began to be afraid the neighbors might be disturbed. Call the police. Worrying the neighbors would call the police on me. It was a constant worry. I mean, for whom isn't it? Those people that live in oblivious safety and peace. Haha, not me. But, it hasn't happened yet. Hopefully won't, as long as I'm quiet. Solitary. Chill. Pick up my mail. Take out my trash on Mondays. 6 p.m. Probably a good time to turn the Netflix off. Small doses of asylum is probably the right idea, I think. Back to everything being sheltered and idyllic. I put the blinds. Look out at the cherry tree before it gets dark. Pretty overcast. The sky looks like pea soup. I was so glad then that Easter was a morning thing. I wouldn't have wanted to drive in this weather. After I got home from Easter, I called my father. Told him Trump's presidency and that cousin Lauren were living proof that I was living mentally ill the right way by withdrawing from the world, not doing anything, being on disability, not even trying to do anything anymore. I can barely handle the non-scheduled sleep and vacation that I've got. I'm just so glad I'm not in an American Horror Story asylum situation, and I pray that never comes to pass. Or in a homeless shelter, Jesus, that could happen too. Sans meds. I'm so thankful for my psychiatric medications, magical medical miracles. Prozac, Klonopin, Triliptol, Prazosin, Sapphirus. They keep me alive. I'm so grateful I can still get them. I pray I always can. I must stop surrendering to paranoia and anxiety. I'm aware that some of that keeps me safe, is wise. But some of it is PTSD avoidance of the world, which has been so cruel. Closing my life in smaller and smaller and smaller. That's just the house, just the room. But I'm totally okay with being a recluse. Living in grief, surrounded by beautiful things. Only crying, blessedly alone, on some days. Not complaining. Not asking anyone to pity this poor little magic girl any longer. I do take all my meds. I just take them at different times during the day. Sleep at regular hours. I can't work, socialize, or do things for the moment. Most people with schizoaffective disorder, anxiety, and PTSD can't even carry a conversation, much less write a book. Not like this is that coherent. Most people with my illnesses are cowering on the shelter rather than a real life asylum. My worst case scenario. Early April 2017 evening, I went into the spooky room where I like to spend my nights. Warmer on this white sheepskin rug, soaking in the blissfully quiet, relaxing into it. I loved how quiet this neighborhood was. I tried to be quiet also and blend in and do my part. Well, but now, I kept thinking back to Asylum. Given as I was basically just watching all of the seasons of American Horror Story over and over and on Netflix, and still am in 2019, Jesus. Why upset myself unnecessarily? So, I waited to do Asylum marathons until I wanted to upset myself. With headphones, because it's very screamy. And journaling when I got tired and ignored the fact that it was. Oh, but the prostitute rape scene in Asylum is like the most disturbing shit ever. There's so much screaming and wailing in the show. I really do think it's better I watch it with headphones and split screen while doing something else. Nope, even a few minutes of Asylum is too disturbing. To preserve my mental health, I think I'm going to knock off watching it completely for now. Possibly for a long time. We'll see. I mean, come on, whatever Netflix I watch doesn't matter to anyone but me. The whole point of Netflix is enjoyable entertainment. I don't have no obligation to watch yet again the most disturbing season of an already disturbing franchise if I'm not enjoying it. I don't want to watch this. I didn't want to watch Asylum back then. It was too close to home, so I didn't. Probably endlessly watching American Horror Story over and over wasn't such a healthy life choice anyway. Not that health was even an option chronically ill me had. But I would at least rather be happy, sheltered, and comfortable. I make psychiatric phone sessions. Pick up meds as soon as I get the text. Take my meds 3 times a day. Take in and out the trash. Clean up the house. Get the mail. That's a good stable life for me. I really would just like to do all of that and not add anything else, thanks. Now, my redemptive paradise began with the Beltane flower crown, May 1st, 2017, in the backyard of my house of the rising sun. Climbing the cherry tree to yank young green vines, I wove together a cherry blossom crown, took a selfie for Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. It's what you do. It's practically required. I mean, I sneak spooky on the regular. Call myself a witch like every other chick from LA. Sometimes things happen at some next level. That's the story to follow. Women are often accused of rape and sexual harassment, no matter how short the vinyl skirt. Women don't ask for that shit. There are things the women do ask for. That sunburn I got 3 days post-Beltane, backyard lounging, I asked for that. That vigorous haunting that appeared for 4 days post-Beltane, I asked for that one too. They draped Halloween sophomore year, didn't ask for that. My John Janae via Kathy Acker seance was published in a Grimoire magazine the morning of the night's visitation. I do seances in a witchcraft room, despite not belonging to a formal coven. So I basically sent these ghosts engraved invitations to show up and play with me, calling their names in morning meditation, naming them in manuscripts and videos. Pretty much calligraphied that shit. I could blame the Ouija board necklace I purchased from the Pyramid Collection, shaped like that recognizable planchette, decorated with an eye on one side, skull, pentagram, the words yes, no, and goodbye. Most of the time, they were all I was willing to say to strangers. The other side had the full Ouija board with letters and numbers. The CVS cashiers asked me to move over to the next aisle when I bought to buy toilet paper. That pesky religious freedom act or something. The Ouija board necklace hung right over my heart, turning the voices of my subvocal speech auditory hallucinations into an activated spirit board of my body. October 2016, when this memoir with an unreliable narrator began, I firmly didn't fuck with the Ouija boards. By May 2017, though, I did. So Zoe summons and releases the Axeman covered with an Ouija board. What will my heart summon or release? As a living, breathing spirit with this necklace on. I mean, come on, for this ghostly visitation, I could blame not drawing my usual protective circle before my Beltane ritual. Silly, trusting me, believing things I read on the internet. The ritual came from those Patheos pagan emails that come from out of the ether somewhere into my Gmail inbox. I draw much of my Wicca from the internet. Don't most modern witches? Nothing's this otherworldly like anonymous, unsourced information from literally nowhere real. I followed the emailed ritual to walk from one fire to another, saying Beltane incantations to Persephone, ever cautious of fire danger. I walked from living room lamp to spooky room lamp. Good Lord, I didn't want to burn down the house with my one last chance at a roof over my head. Let's just take the suggested 2 fires and path of candles right on out of there. I read about how E.D. Sedgwick burned down her room at the Chelsea Hotel. Candle fires were in Francis Bean Cobain's restraining order against Courtney Love. How was I to know that the same steps I would walk again, with a ghostly visitation? A few nights later, despite all my celebrity-inspired safety precautions. Instead of all this woo-woo, I should probably really blame my sleep-time antipsychotics. Not taking them, they were falling asleep into golden slumber. I had taken the Sacros earlier that afternoon and napped instead. Timing is everything, even and especially with psychiatric medication for schizoaffective disorder. I am notoriously sloppy at timing my meds properly.